Tag Yourself in Thursdays will be just like mine, Make It Work Mondays, but instead we will be talking about different topics, and it will be more of a visual. So we'll be able to break it down, and I'll be able to have videos kind of relating to said quote or whatever topic that we're talking about, or I'll be able to have pictures, and I'll be able to tell my story a little bit in more depth. Like, this topic is about boundaries. When we talked about boundaries on my podcast, it was one of my most popular episodes. That's why I'm bringing it here to YouTube. I feel like talking about boundaries was something that a lot of people are not used to. Boundaries are a thing that a lot of people are not used to establishing, implementing in their life, whether it be your friends, your family, your significant other, whoever. You know what I'm saying? So boundaries, we kind of set the tone for that relationship. If we do not set boundaries either from the very beginning or towards the end, because we start to get frustrated because we feel like our free will and our will to do anything, or our will to say no, has been compromised and kind of taken away. And that's why boundaries are so important in every aspect that you do. So I'm going to share a story about a time where I personally did not set any boundaries. I said none. And I also act in the spirit of desperation. So I have a podcast episode coming out probably by the time you guys see this, it'll probably be out. It's called The Spirit of Desperation. You guys should go check it out. I did very briefly, but I am going to come here on Tag Yourself in next Thursday, to do an episode. I'm going to share a story. Like I said, boundaries, y'all. Boundaries. Get some. They will save your life. I promise you. Get some boundaries and they will save your life. So let's go into the story. So this story starts with me. I'm a model. I'm also a model, mentor, creative director. I wear many hats in the fashion industry. I've been doing this modeling shit for about 6 years. I started in Houston. I came to New York, came back home to New York. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I went to school out there in Houston. So yeah, started with me being in the modeling industry, like I said, and me being in the modeling industry or whatever, and I wanted more. I was a creative director, but I felt like I was not getting the recognition that I wanted. I did this show for Society Fashion Week, creative director, the rehearsal, the models, the casting call, everything, but I just felt like I didn't get the recognition that I was, looking for. It didn't give what it was supposed to give,
To give, but it did not give what needed to be gave.
So I was like, all right, back to drawing board. So I was trying to develop my own, not like agency, but I was gonna help models find jobs, because I was always good at finding like good jobs that paid, good modeling jobs that paid. And so I was in this transition of leaving my agency. Like, the whole Black Lives Matter thing, my agency was mad quiet. They in Australia, it was mad quiet. So I was like, oh, I gotta go. Cause y'all not, you're not saying anything, and I was like one of their only black models there too. So I was like, But 2020 was like a wake up call for me. Like, I don't know what it was about 2020, but when I tell y'all I woke the fuck up. I feel like I was waking up in like 2016, 2017, but baby, 2020 came, hit me like a motherfucking ton of bricks. Okay, it hit me like a fucking ton of bricks. I said, where did all of this, realization.
Out like the year of just realizing stuff, and everyone around me were all just like realizing things.
All these epiphanies was just coming in, and I'm just like, wow, this is deep,
9 inches deep.
Real deep. So I started to, just really look for other jobs. Like I said, I was trying to become better. I'm all about growth here, right? So I reached out to this production company. And this production company, I had walked for 2 shows for them.
Show them what you made of, girl. Yes, Tony.
I walked in 2 shows for them. They did. The shows were decent. It was cute. It was a small company. So I'm like, maybe I could start here and work my way up to a bigger, company and this and that. That was the goal. And in the same sense, I was already building my little platform called Tag Creates. where I creative direct, but it's like I said, it's hard to get recognition in the fashion industry, period. I was a style assistant, I was New York Fashion Week. I wanted to work for this company, and I go in, and I'm like, I reach out to the guy, the owner of the production company, and I'm like, hey, are you looking for anybody? Do you need help? This is my resume, this is what I do, da 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 da. He was intrigued. So I sent him my business plan, my business proposal, basically, of what I do and how I can help. I have a business proposal on hand. Like, this is what I do. This is this. Because I was building my, portfolio, creative directing. He was impressed, so he hired me. So I get hired, and I'm like, okay, this is great, da 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 da. First, I'm just working the production side, meaning scouting for locations, scouting for casting call locations, scouting for rehearsal locations, and overall talking to designers, talking to buyers for the designers. It was a lot that went into this, so that side was great. But then he had this other idea about opening up an agency, and of course I was with it. I was like, oh my God, yes, I'm with it. I'm a model already. Why not? This is exactly what I did. I also did some model mentoring, but before, and I did some mentoring to the youth about self-esteem. So I'm already in the ropes of doing these things. In 2020, during the pandemic is when I started talking to the youth, when I really got my shot to talk to the youth with this nonprofit organization. I reached out to them again. So that was like a burst of like, oh my God, I can really do this. This is dope. And like, I got a lot of good feedback from that class that I held. So I was like, okay, me being a model mentor, this is just great. This is like, I was ecstatic, you guys. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I was like, okay, this is really my purpose. I'm really falling into this. Is great. And I can model too. So I was like, okay, I can model too. I could be the model's kind of mother agent in a way. I can help them get gigs and stuff like that. So I say about a month into this whole like process of building everything, I have to come up with an interview questions, to come up with contracts and stuff. Like, there was a lot of bullshit that I should not have been doing, but I was doing. I ended up redoing both websites for them. Yeah, I do graphic design occasionally. Like, it was just weird. Like, I eventually I started to do way more than my caliber, way more than I was getting paid for. And then I noticed that there was no money coming in, and he was getting mad because, mind you, this is all during the pandemic, and I've never heard a man so selfish. Just mind you, this is during the pandemic. People are dying.
There's people that are dying. I just told
People are dying, and he's mad because there's no work. There's a pandemic. What do you expect? The models are not working. The models are not doing anything. Da, da, da. And we had a lot of black models, which I was in love with. All the black models that we had, stunning. And we scouted, and I was scouting, and I scouted a lot of the models that we had. And I remember personally taking models to a casting call that I booked for them. You know what I'm saying? But it also turned into, like I said, so this episode is about boundaries. So I'm telling the story, but I'm about to get into. Mind you, like I said, I started doing things above my caliber. I started doing things like just unnecessary shit. Making contracts for this, I didn't make a non-disclosure agreement. Because people were spreading rumors about the company. I should have left then. But I was like, I'm gonna be loyal. I'm gonna stay with the company.
And that's what you're gonna settle for.
I'm gonna stick with
this and that, but there's a lot of bullshit going on. Some shit happened with a designer. It was very messy. It was very, very messy, and I stayed because I thought that there was money coming in. I thought this was gonna be a gold mine.
Hello, I like money.
For me, and it was moving in the direction of my my purpose. Well, so I thought. This is more aligned with my purpose. Now, what I'm doing here on YouTube, what I'm doing with my podcast. And I still model, but I do it on another level, and I also model mentor. But I only model mentor during New York Fashion Week now with another agency that I'm actually signed with, and I'm actually partners with. That's my business partner from Paradise Island Fashion Week in Hawaii. So that was the only good thing I got out of this agreement. So originally, then it became 2s, and then it became 3s. So then my other business partner came in, which is like one of my dear friends. Oh my God, we shared hotel rooms together. We've done shows together. Like, that is like my life. Like, that's everything to me. So that was the best thing that I got out of this experience. But yeah, like I said, I didn't set any boundaries. Now listen, y'all, I didn't set any boundaries. Then he wanted me to fix Instagram. He had over 18,000 posts on Instagram. So I'm over here deleting all the Instagram, trying to fix all the Instagram up. I was a social media manager. I was managing the models and all of their fucking attitudes and shit. Some of the models we found out were working for sex agents.
Wait a damn minute.
You know, I don't want any parts. Then the shit really got sketchy. It got really sketchy when a fourth member came in, was trying to come in to work with us. So he kept bringing in other people. And like I said, my boundaries are not set, so I'm getting overworked. I'm on the phone, like I kid y'all not. I'm on the phone. When I wake up in the morning, he's calling me at 9 a.m., maybe earlier than that sometimes. And I'm up and I'm on the phone about a model, about a casting call, about a photographer, a designer. I'm on the phone constantly, 24/7. My phone is ringing off the hook, like off the hook. I was so exhausted sometimes. Like I remember not going to sleep till like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I was like engulfed in it. I was like, it was my passion. So it bothered me, but it didn't bother me. But it started to bother me because I started to get out of character. So this is what would happen. My boundaries. So I started to try and set my boundaries, but I didn't set them from the very beginning, mind you. I didn't set shit from the very beginning. So I'm just working, I'm building the website, I'm helping the models, I'm talking to the models. Like I said, I have to do the interview process. I had a whole binder. This entire binder was filled, was still somewhere, some shit in here, was filled with this. I created a whole entire lesson for the models. I created an entire lesson for the models about everything. Fit models. I created an entire lesson. This whole thing was decked out. Then I taught him about self-esteem and self-confidence as well. So I did the most, and then I had to teach workshops. So we had these workshops, and he wanted to charge money for the workshops. That's fine. We train the models, but he wanted to charge a fee just to be with the modeling agency every month, and I said that was a big no-no in agency world. But he consistently wanted to charge that fee, and I just totally disagreed with that. And then there was one time where he wanted to take out all the black models and put in all the white models because he felt like all the white models would have brought us in more money. That's when I started to put my boundaries down because I was just like, no, we're not doing this.
No, ma'am.
We're not going to have my black models out here not getting booked, and because you feel white models are better or they're they're more sustainable for the industry or some shit like that. Like, I don't know, the shit that he was just saying. He said white models sell this and that. He had us working with racist ass designers, talking so, oh, this designer doesn't want any black models to work. So why is she coming to a black fucking a black agency to work with our models? Why is she coming to a black production company to work with our models? If she don't want no white model, if she just wants white models, tell her go to a white agency.
His face. Paul, why is you here?
And that's honestly how I felt. Like, how you gonna sit here and tell me that? Like, it was to the point, it was so disrespectful. That's why I said, so it was like one was the whole sex things with the models. And when I found out some of the models were doing like some very weird shit to get on.
Well, hold on on that. Hold on. Now hold on.
And I was like, that's two. Two was the black models and he wanted to swap them out. 3 was working with designers and people that are racist. Like, why are we working with them? So I started to set my boundaries. But after I set my boundaries and he didn't respect them, baby, I started to get out of character. I was cursing him out like every other day.
Who are you playing with? Stop playing with me because you're a liar. And you accusing me of doing what I'm not doing.
I was cursing him the fuck out. I was like, yeah, because you don't care. This is what you do. All right, you're an idiot. Like, I was ODing. That's how I knew that this wasn't me. And I don't know what happened. One day I was just like, I don't like that I'm getting out of character. And like I said, I was on this spiritual journey in the same sense too. Like, 2020 was a big year for me. I was on this journey to developing a new me. Like a whole new me. I started getting plants. Like now I'm a whole plant mom. I got a whole garden in my backyard.
There, and then here's my dog, of course, trying to get them again. She's already tried to detach one of them. She's crazy. But my dad says they smell like pizza to her, which is funny. So this is my parsley, my kale.
I got a whole garden now, you know. But the thing that was so crazy to me was I overexerted myself for nothing because I barely got paid. I think out of this entire experience, I got paid like $400. I got used and abused, okay? Used and the fucking abused. But I'm thinking that this experience would eventually pay off. But this man was a scammer. He was a scammer. Some of the jobs that I booked and my other business partner booked were definitely real. But what he also did was to make himself look better, which is so fucked up because, first of all, fame in the modeling industry and getting on with the right designer it's all what a model wants, okay? It's all what a model wants. The lifestyle that models live is the lifestyle that us models that are just coming into the industry are striving for. And I feel like he played with a lot of models' heads, their destiny. He played with their confidence, their self-esteem. He played with mine too because I fell into line with some of the models to audition for some of these parts, which was crazy. I remember there was two fucking ladies. I don't even know if they're real to this day. I don't even know. Like, and it really bothers me. Like I kind of want to cry because that's really playing with somebody's emotions. We're playing with their goals. You're just playing with their fucking dreams. Like that's not nice. Okay, so this is what he did, y'all. Apparently, like I said, mind you, there was 4 business partners. There was him, me, myself, my other business partner, and then we got another girl. So this is what he did. This is why she left. This is why the white girl left. This is what she did. This is what he did. I'm sorry. This is what he did. He went in. I'm trying not to say no names. But if you know me, you probably know the story. He went in and got 2 people. He hired 2 people to play as a Maybelline representative and then to play as a Nike representative.
What?
I sat in on those interviews at least 5 to 6 times on a Nike interview. It seemed legit. Everything seemed legit. Come to find out, this bitch don't even work for fucking Nike. She has no connections to Nike at all. Maybelline chick. No connections to Maybelline at all. I'm sitting in these interviews for no reason. I did an interview with the girl too. So I'm sitting in, and that's what I'm saying. So not only did I get bamboozled with the models, not only did the models get me bamboozled, I got bamboozled with the fucking models too. Like I said, I started to get out of fucking character.
I spend an hour on your turkey. Try it. With me if you want to. It's not
I was out of character. I started to get way out of character because to the point where, like I said, I was cursing this man out every day. It wasn't good for me or my soul. It wasn't. I said, this can't work. Because I was becoming angry. I would take it out on my boyfriend. I wouldn't enjoy things. I wouldn't want to do anything. And I started to realize that was the problem. It wasn't nobody. It was me. It was me, and I had to fix it. So then when I did set the boundaries, he still ignored them. So that's when I knew I had to get away from him. So most of the day that I knew was when it was a holiday. It was a holiday, and I was like, okay, this is the last straw. I'm done. It was a holiday, and all the models are saying, you know, happy holidays, da 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 da. And we agree on an entire like break to break it off and everything, and we agree on just that. So that's what we do. We take a break, everything. Not even the next day, but at like 9 o'clock. Here goes this man again. And he goes and he's telling me, this needs to get done. Like, we did not have a conversation the night before. And he's telling me, this and this needs to get done. I'm like, Junior, the agency is closed. What are you doing? The agency is closed. We're closed. That's it. We're closed. I'm not doing this no more. We're closed. we're closed. But that wasn't enough for him. Apparently, that wasn't enough for him. He said, "Oh, I'm not off. Y'all can be off, but I'm not off. So this needs to get done. This needs to get done. This needs to get done. So you want everybody else to work too. That's what I'm saying. Then he was sending videos and stuff that the models had to send in and stuff like that. And it was to the point where it was just like, why y'all doing this? Like, why is this? You know, like it was to the point where it was too much. It was too much. Like, why can't you just relax? And he would just go into these rants like every other day about the black models and how he didn't want them. And mind you, this is a black man talking about this. And we were a black production company and a black agency.
It takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the coon chip in the average Negro.
It be your own fucking people, y'all. It be your own fucking people. But anyway, I closed out the story saying I left because my spirit told me it was too much. And his ego was bigger than his head. And I also found out a whole bunch of stuff. So everything started to reveal itself to me. We kept getting logged out of the website. I was trying to fix the website. We kept getting logged out of the Instagram. It was a whole bunch of bullshit that just kept happening. And I said, nah, this don't seem right. I said, you know what? And then I was talking to my other business partner because around this time, me and her got really close. The other business partner, and I was telling her, I was like, you know, I'm ready to go. And I was ready to go like 2 months before I actually left, but I stayed because of my business partner. And we were supposed to do a show that September, and I think it was like, it had to be like maybe no, not in February, it was February. We had to do a show in February. It had to be maybe I think December or January. And so we were getting ready to do the show, and she was telling me to like just hold out and wait. But yeah, I'm glad I left. I had to leave that show. But yeah, I'm going to close out this story with, y'all keep y'all boundaries. Set y'all boundaries from the start, especially when you're working with somebody, because boundaries are a huge step. As you can see, I went through hell and high water because I didn't set boundaries from the very beginning, and I should have. So I'm just saying, y'all, set y'all boundaries because boundaries are important. And if you don't, people will take advantage of you, walk all over you, walk you like a motherfucking dog, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to set boundaries together, okay? Like I said, I went more in detail about the story this time than I did on my podcast. You guys can go listen to my podcast too. But this one is a lot more juicier. But yeah, I hope you guys like this episode about boundaries and setting them. I hope you guys like my story. Comment, subscribe down below, guys. Share, please. Yeah, let's try and get my subscriber count to like 50 because I'm at like 20. So yeah, let's see. There's a whole new ramp of my Tag Yourself In page. Tag Yourself In, guys. Make It Work Mondays are on my podcast. You can find it on Spotify. Make It Work Mondays. I'll leave it down below. And then also I have Tag Yourself In Thursdays, which is what you are watching right now. Happy Thursday, guys. Tag yourself in. Don't ever forget to tag yourself in. Take a break. Take a breath. Tag yourself in, bitch. Because you need it. Okay? Tag you. Put yourself first. And that's it. Point blank and period.